name is Everett Rouse, and today we are going to be talking about my persuasive speech about NIL deals and whether college students should get paid or not. I think college athletes should get paid for their involvement in sports because of all the revenue and sponsors they bring in. I think they should get paid through NIL deals, which means name, image, and likeness of the player on the team. In a brief description, it is any revenue that is being collected off the player's fame or image. Which brings me to my first point. The NCAA football game series, which ran from 1993 to 2013. This video game allowed kids and adults alike to have the experience to play as their favorite football team or football player. This video game series would unfortunately end until 2023 because of the uproar of college students wanting to get paid for their NIL, as my research found at sportingnews.com. According to AJC.com, this would ultimately change in 2021 when they reversed the NCAA's rule on NIL deals for student athletes. Furthermore, not all athletes have the same opportunities between Division I, Division II, and Division III. With that being said, the difference in the divisions is the funding the schools receive through federal grants and private donations. All the players at Division III level are technically walk-ons. Unfortunately, NCAA does not allow athletic scholarships to Division III colleges and their students. They can only offer you a roster position on the team. Division II colleges, on the other hand, do allow walk-ons, partial scholarships, and full scholarships, with very few full scholarships and 36 partial scholarships for each team and each college, which I found at ncsasports.org. Division I colleges also allow walk-ons, but it tends to be more difficult because of the higher level. They are also still allowing partial scholarships and full scholarships, which are more prominent because of their budget and how many people want to go there. Than other divisions, with them having 85 partial scholarships and 65 full scholarships, according to bold.org. Preferred walk-ons are taking more of a risk by participating in collegiate sports. Not only do they have to take a loan out and pay for schooling, which is very bad for your credit, which could also hamper their financial status later in life, but they can also have to worry about right now costs, such as athletic gear, food, supplements, potential lifting, cost, and that's not only exclusive to their home. NIL deals have the capability to give these students a way of supporting themselves through their rigorous seasons and off seasons. As we all know, collegiate sports is more of a job than a child's game. From meeting lists, practices, film studies, and there is certainly barely time for tasks like schoolwork, being a student athlete, let alone working a job to support your dream. The National Collegiate Association, widely known as the NCAA, in the past 2 years has made over $1 billion in revenue. According to athleticsscholarships.net, almost every well-known division collegiate football team has made at least $50 million in revenue a year. With this being said, I think it's fair to say that if the NCAA and collegiate teams can make this amount of money off their players and their NIL, it's only right that the players get a percentage of it. On the other hand, I do really understand why the people and the NCAA as a company protest the idea and don't want college athletes to get paid, as they do get a lot of advantages that other non-student athletes don't get at all. Some of the advantages that they get are free tuition, free tutors, free meal programs. They don't have to worry about getting athletic gear, or in some cases don't have to worry about living anywhere. They get free dorms. Another problem people have with this is, if the student athletes got paid, would they even focus on their schooling? Would they pursue their education, or would they just party all day? Lastly, how would they decide how much each player got? Would they decide it by the starters? Would they decide it by who played the most, who got the most touchdowns, and all that? Would some people just not get paid at all? The people and the NCAA as a whole just have a lot of questions about how they would go about this situation. And the most important thing that I think is these students deserve the percentage of the revenue. Since above all, this NCAA is still using their players' NIL.